Hello, amazing families. Welcome back to our channel. My name is Esther and this is Q-Est Fashion Hub. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, you are welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, you are so welcome. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make an apron of different sizes. I'm going to be explaining what you will need to know. I have a video of how to make this chef cap on the channel. So if you want to know how to make it, I'm going to be dropping the link on the description box. So I'm going to be using these two colors for this apron. Guys, the combination is just too beautiful. The combination is beautiful. So what you need to do is to take your measurement. So I'm going to be using 32 inches here for my measurement. Okay, so you can do 36 if you want your apron to be longer. Yes, you can do between 30 to 36. Please don't exceed 36. Okay, for those big apron and long apron you can do 36 inches. Okay, but for this one I'm going to be using 32 inches because I don't like apron that is too big, okay, or too long. Okay, now after taking that measurement, you're going to mark across 12 inches. So I'm marking 12 inches all the way across this fabric. That is what I'm going to be needing for this apron. I discovered that this size of apron, this size is more common. Okay, this size that is not too big. Okay, but if you want yours to be big, you can take 13 inches or even 14. If you take 14, it's going to be very wide. Okay, now after marking, if you take 13 or 14, it's going to be very wide. So I'm going to go ahead and mark 6 inches from that point, 6 inches inward, and then I went down by 10 inches. Okay, after marking 6 inches, go down by 10 inches. Now, can you see? I marked 6 here at this point. I'm trying to illustrate what I did again. I marked 6 inches there, and I'm going to mark the 6 also here. And then I'm going to connect the points together. You know, when you want to create an armhole, this is the same thing we are doing here now. So after doing that, connect all the points together. You're going to have something looking like this. At this point, I'm trying to confirm if my 10 inches was complete. So I went ahead to mark 3 inches at that point. Now, after marking your 3 inches, go ahead and connect the points together like you're creating an armhole. So once you're done connecting, you're going to have something looking like this. So if you want that curve to be very deep, you can mark 2 inches instead of 3 inches, but for me, I'm going to just use 3 inches. 3 inches is okay, but if you want it very deep, you can use 2 inches. Okay, now after that, you come to the lower part. That is if you want your apron to have this curvy effect at the lower part. Mark 2 inches and then just curve it in with your free hand, or if you have a rule, you can use a French curve to curve it. So once you're done, we're just going to go ahead and then start cutting. So if you want to see other designs of apron, you can drop a comment on the comment section for me. If I get enough comments, I'm going to make another video for other designs of apron. So at this point, I'm just cutting my measurements. Note, cut behind the choke, not before the choke. Okay, if you want your apron to have this curvy effect at the lower part, just go ahead and cut it. But at this point, I do not want to do that curvy part. I want mine to be straight, so I'm going to leave it that way. Guys, see how beautiful it's looking already. So I went ahead to iron the midpoint before I started cutting. So this is just going to guide us when we are placing our pockets and other things. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead now and hem the lower part. I folded half and then 1 inch. Remember, I said I don't want the apron to be too long, so you can use half, or you can even use quarter. But I think half one is fine. So I'm going to use a matching color of bias to hem the curvy part, and then also hem the upper part by folding half in one. Okay, hope that is clear. So these are the pocket and the belt for the neck and the side. Okay, that's the pocket, this is the belt for the side. Okay, I have 2 belts that I'm going to be using for the side, and then the last one is a belt that I'm going to be using for the neckline. Okay, now the belt for the side, the measurement is 2 inches. Sorry, the measurement is 4 inches, I beg your pardon, by 22 inches. Four inches by 22 inches. So the pocket is 10 inches by 15 inches. Okay, the width is 15 inches while the length is 10 inches. So what I'm going to do at the lower part, I'm going to fold in half an inch, and iron is at the upper part. I'll fold half and then fold 1 and iron, and then at the side I'm going to be folding 1. Okay, so that is what I'm going to be doing for the pocket. Now this is a belt that we're going to be using for the neckline. It is measuring 23 inches by 3.5 by 23 inches. So we're going to fold it and then just stitch across like that, and then we're going to turn it inside out. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. We'll stitch from one side like this and then go to the other side, but we're going to leave the other side open because that is where we're going to turn it inside out from. Okay, so I'm also going to hem all of this. So at this point I was done hemming. I folded half on top and then 1 again. I used the matching color of bias to hem the will I call it armhole and the lower part I hemmed it with half and then 1. Okay, so you can do 36 if you don't want your apron to be as small as this, and then the width you can do 14, between 13 to 14, between 13 to 14. Okay, so now I've gone ahead to iron all of this and turn them inside out. So that is the one that will serve as the neck belt. So this one already ironed, like I said earlier. Can you see? Neatly ironed. Can you see? Half at the lower part, and at the side 1. I had to reduce the allowance at the side. So now we're going to place it at the midpoint because I ironed the midpoint so that it can guide me when I'm placing it. So I will align it with the midpoint of the apron. Can you see? So now the placement of this pocket is very, very important. So you're going to arrange it properly. Please don't rush. You can use your pins to pin it down, okay, before you start stitching. And then the placement is very important. Make sure what you are leaving at one side is what you are leaving at the second side. I mean the allowance at both sides. So now for the placement, I'm using 10 inches. It's between 9.5 to 10 inches. So I eventually used 10 inches for my placement. So now after placing it, use your pins to hold it down, and then you're going to stitch across. But before that, at the upper part, you're going to stitch it down so that that part doesn't flip inside out. You get? So now you can use hemming gum to hem it at that part if you don't want any seam allowance, seam line to be showing. So you can use hemming gum. So you put hemming gum and iron it, or you stitch it down. Either of the two is fine. So now for this belt, you're going to fold in 1 inch. Can you see? Make sure the seam line is facing the lower part, not the upper part. So now you're going to fold it this way and then place it this way and neatly stitch it. Please use the matching color. So at that point, I'm going to be using a green thread to stitch that part, so it doesn't really show that there's something there. But if you use orange, it's going to show. So now we're going to stitch around the pocket, and then if you want your pocket to have 2 openings, you're going to stitch at the middle also. Now for this belt at the neckline, what we need is 20 inches. We want 20 inches, and right here we have 23. So now you're going to fold half an inch first. I folded, that is the 1.5 that is the allowance. Okay, just mark it so you don't exceed that place. Now you're going to fold 1/2 inch and then place it under and allow 1 inch to go in. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Fold 1/2 inch and then place it under the neckline and allow 1 inch to go in. So by the time you're done, you're going to be left with 20 inches for that belt. That 20 inches is a constant measurement, is a standard measurement that you can use for any size of apron. So at this point, I was done stitching. Can you see how beautiful the apron is looking? Neat, very neat. I used matching thread all through, so it's very neat and beautiful. Can you see? Can you see the inside? I've ironed it and it's looking so beautiful. So guys, I also told you earlier that this tutorial is on the channel. I'm going to be dropping the link on the comment section. Please go check it out. If this tutorial is helpful, please subscribe. Don't forget to like this video, share with your loved one. My name is Esther and this is Q-Est Fashion Hub. Don't stop learning, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.